Welcome to Peach Movies Recaps. Today I will show you a crime drama action film from 2018 titled Den of Thieves. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. As the movie begins, we can see an armored truck driving in a shop in Los Angeles. It stops, and when the guards are exiting the shop with coffee and snacks, they are confronted by masked robbers. The guard tried to put up a fight, hence a shooting happened and left people dead from both sides. As the shootout continued, help came from the police, but the robbers had more equipped guns and were able to deal with the situation than the police, hence they were able to steal the truck. Upon arriving at their hideout, we realized that they were former members of the army who were discharged. This explains the tactics they used to escape from the police. The band consisted of Ray, their leader, Anson, Donnie the driver, and also Bosco the muscle. Later, the lead detective, Nick O'Brien, is seen trying to convince his wife not to leave him. He is having trouble with his marriage relationship. Later, we see him examining the crime scene with his team. The team tries to scan fingerprints from the robbers' car, which they left behind, but they got nothing because the robbers had already erased them. In the same scene, Bosco is seen taking pictures of the detectives. When he shows Ray the picture of the lead detective, Ray says that Nick is one of the best detectives, hence they should take care in their operations. In the police station, Nick and his friends try to figure out why the robbers would steal an empty truck. They concludes that the robbery was an inside job. They also suspects Ray, whose was released on parole. After gathering information about Ray, Nick kidnaps Donnie, who works as a bar attender. This is because they have evidence of Donnie talking to Ray. They tell Donnie that they need to know about Ray's robbery, but Donnie says that he is just a driver. They let him go after some hours, but they tell him that he will be their spy in Ray's organization. Later, Ray and his team are seen observing the federal bank and explaining all the security measures in the bank. He says that the bank has a record of failed 53 robbery attempts, and that's why they will rob it. Meanwhile, Donnie is seen delivering an order to 2 employees of the bank. He gives one order to the employees who were waiting in the cafeteria, but hides the other one in a ventilation shaft.
Ray explains to his team that they are going to rob untraceable cash. Ray explained that the federal bank erases the serial numbers of unfit old bills before disposing them by shredding them. He tells them that if they get their hands of the money before it is destroyed, they could get about $30 million that has no trace. At the evening when Ray are having dinner with his team, Nick approaches them and grates Donnie as if they knew each other. He later went on insulting Ray's football team with the intentions of finding a reason to arrest Ray, but the plan fails because Ray is able to control himself. But this leaves Donnie in danger, as Ray confronts him about how he knew Nick. Donnie said that Nick confronted him with intentions to know about Ray, but he didn't tell him anything. Ray believes Donnie and orders him to tell Nick that the heist will be on Friday. Later, an annoyed Donnie meets Nick and asks why he wanted to blow his cover. He also tells Nick about the heist, but refuses to unveil the location. In the night, Nick goes to a club where he meets a stripper called Maloa, and they spend the night together. In the morning, it appears that Maloa is Ray's girlfriend, and Ray planned it all. The day of the heist comes and the detectives are waiting for Ray's crew to come. A van is seen approaching the bank and masked armed men entering the bank and taking hostages. Ray orders a helicopter for escape from the police and the FBI who were present there. When they refused to negotiate with him, Ray executed one of the hostage. This makes the FBI to agree with his terms. Later, an explosion is heard, which makes Nick doubt that the bank was really being robbed. When he checks in the bank, he finds all the hostages, including the one who was said to have been executed, tied in a toilet, unharmed.
They find the sewer line that Ray used to get out of the bank. Ray is now conducting his actual mission in the federal bank. They are able to access the bank through the truck they stole. In the truck, Donnie is hiding in a stack of money that Ray had stolen earlier in a stadium. The stack was taken to the counting room, where Donnie would carry out his mission. When Bosco makes a fake blackout in the bank, the guards in the counting room are tricked, giving Donnie a chance to kill the security cameras in the room. He then put all the cash in bags, disposing them in the trash. After he is done, he climbs through the ventilation and takes the bag that he hid in the ventilation. Later, Ray is seen following a trash truck that took the trash cash. They block it and they drive it in a car crash site to get rid of the evidence. When Nick spots Donnie on the road, they beat him up until he opens up on Ray's location. Nick gets a visual on Ray and follows him into a backed-up freeway. Nick cuffs Donnie on the vehicle as they walk out of his car. Other detective joins him. On the other hand, Ray are preparing themselves with weapons. A shootout happens, and a cop and a detective are pinned down. When Ray runs on foot, Nick is able to reach to him, and they shot at each other. When Ray realizes that he is out of bullets, he points the gun to Nick, who shoots him in self-defense. When Nick returns to the car, he finds out that Donnie had already escaped, and upon looking at the bags in Ray's car, it was filled with scarps of papers which leave a blank where the money had gone. When Nick visits the bar where Donnie used to work, he sees a photo of Donnie with his friends and realizes that Ray wasn't the mastermind of the operation, but instead it was Donnie. We see Donnie transporting the real cash and tires to Panama. Donnie is later seen working as a bar attender in London with his friends Mac, Bass, and Alexi. The end. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell. Thank you.